Hello friends, today we are going to solve some numericals of composition of forces. So before solving these numericals, let's revise what we have learned in previous lecture. So we have learned the two methods of resolutions. So which are the two methods? First one is the orthogonal resolution and another one is the skew resolution. In orthogonal resolution, we have to resolve the forces perpendicular to each other, means the angle between the two component of a single force are 90 degree. But in case of resolution of forces by method of skew, so in that case the components which are not 90 degree to each other. Okay, so that skew resolution problems can be solved by using the triangle law, by constructing the triangle and by using sine and cosine rule, either sine rule or you prefer the cosine rule. So by using that, the problems of skew resolution can be solved. Okay, so let's move towards the today's lecture of composition of forces. We are going to solve two numericals of composition of forces. The two numericals are very simple numericals. I have first consider for your better understanding. Such type of numericals will be there for 4 to 6 marks in your examination. So first come towards this numerical. Okay, if you observe this force, so in this numerical they have asked you find the magnitude of resultant and its location. Location means in which quadrant that resultant is lies, that we have to be find out. Okay, so first we have to find out the magnitude of resultant. So this is system of force. So first force is 200 Newton, which makes an angle of 30 degree with respect to positive x direction is given in counterclockwise sense. Then second force is of 300 Newton, which is vertically upward. Third force is 300 Newton is in second quadrant, makes an angle of 45 degree with a positive y direction, and another force is of 350 Newton, makes an angle of 40 degree, it is in third quadrant. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 forces are there, and we have to find out the resultant of this system of forces. So we have to replace this system of forces, or we have to replace these 4 forces by a single force which will produce the same effect as that of these 4 forces or as that of the system of forces. Okay, so this is problem of composition. Let's begin. Now first we have to resolve this force 200 Newton in its two components. So this force is in which quadrant? Yes, it is in first quadrant. So resolve this force into its two components. For the first component is like this. This component becomes 200 cos of 30, and the another component I have shown instead of here I will show the component here, and the another component is this. This is vertical component. This is 200 sine of 30 degree. Now the second force, that is 300 Newton. Whether this force is able to resolve? Yes, we can resolve this force into two components. One is the vertically upward and another one is the horizontal component. So what is the component? 300 cos of 90 degree, that becomes 0. Okay. So therefore the x component of this force is 0. So we don't have to consider its x component. So consider this is only one force, 300 Newton. Then second force, third force 300 Newton, which makes an angle of 45 degree with respect to vertical. Better way, we have to first find out the angle made by the force with respect to horizontal. So what is this angle? This angle is 90 minus 45. This angle is again 45 degree. So what are its component? Its two component. First is in horizontal direction, that is as it is in second quadrant. So x is a minus, so that is 300 cos of 45, it is minus, and the vertical component is positive, so that is 300 sine of 45. This is the two component. This one is vertical component, this one is horizontal component for this force, and these are makes an angle of 90 degree in between these two. That is the orthogonal resolution. Now come towards the fourth force, 350 Newton, which makes an angle of 40 degree with respect to horizontal is given. So angle is with respect to horizontal is given, so it is okay. So we can resolve this force into two components. So first component is horizontal. So what is this component? 350 cos of 40 degree. As it is in third quadrant, both are minus. This is again minus, and this component is again 350 sine of 40 degree. It is again minus. So both are the minus component. Now what we have to do, we have to add this forces is in x direction. This symbol indicates that summation of f of x means summation of all the forces in x direction we have to be find out. So what are the summation of all the forces in x direction? First is the 200 cos of 30. Second one, this force 300 Newton, but its x component is 0, so don't consider its x component. Then the second force you have to consider, what is the third force, 300 Newton, its x component is minus 300 cos of 45. I have written over here minus 300 cos of 45, and the fourth force 350 Newton, what is its x component? Minus 350 cos of 40 degree. So if we algebraically add this component, so you will get the summation of f of x of all the forces, that is comes to out to be 307.04 Newton. Okay, similarly we have to find out the summation of f of y. What is summation of f of y? Summation of f of y is nothing but the summation of all the forces in y direction. So add all the forces in y directions, like x, we have to add all the forces in y direction. So what is the component of this force in y direction? 200 sine of 30. It is positive because it is in vertically upward direction. Second force is 300 Newton. So you have to add as it is this force, as it is a truly vertical. So this force I have left that, yes, plus 300 Newton. I forgot to write down. So plus 300 Newton, this is second force. Then third force is again, what is the third force? 300 sine of 45, it is truly vertical, so this is again plus, and fourth force is minus 350 sine of 40. Why minus? Because it is in vertically downward direction, so this is minus 350 sine of 40. If we add this algebraically, you will get the answer 387.15. Okay, now summation of f of x is known to us, summation of f of y is known to us. Now we have to find out resultant. How to find out resultant? There is one formula. By using the Pythagoras, we have already derived this relation in equation in second lecture. R is equal to under root of summation of f of x square plus summation of f of y square. Okay, so substitute this value of f of x and f of y in this equation, you will get the value of resultant. After taking the square root, you will get the value of resultant. So this is your resultant. Then find out the theta. What is the theta? Theta is nothing but the tan inverse of summation of f of y upon summation of f of x. Here the denominator is f of x, therefore angle, you will get the angle with respect to x. You can write down tan inverse of f of x upon f of y also. When you write down the angle tan inverse of f of x upon f of y, then you will get the angle with respect to y direction. Okay, so many students make the mistake over here. So you have to remember that what is the denominator, the angle is with respect to that denominator, that direction. So here the angle is with respect to x direction, so you will get the direction 51.58. Now in this case, in which quadrant this resultant is lies? Here I have written the second quadrant. The resultant will lies in a second quadrant. How it will be rise in a second quadrant? If you observe these two answers, okay, in summation of f of x comes out to be minus and summation of f of y comes out to be positive. In which quadrant x is negative and y is positive? Yes, in second quadrant x is a negative and y is a positive, therefore this resultant is lies in a second quadrant. Okay, so understood this? Very simple problem. Okay, So this is problem to find out the composition, that we have find out the resultant of the system of forces by resolving the force and take algebraically its summation. Then next problem we are going to solve. This is a different problem as compared to this. In this problem, the resultant is given and they have asked you find out the value of its component, that is Q, and what is the angle made by this force, Q force, with respect to horizontal, they have asked you in this problem. Okay, in this problem it is given P is given 800 Newton, makes an angle of 60 degree with respect to horizontal, and the resultant R is given 1400 Newton vertically upward. So this is your resultant is given in this problem. R is given, okay, it is vertically upward, and the theta is the force Q is given is in which quadrant? Yes, it is in second quadrant, and which makes an angle of theta with respect to negative x direction in clockwise sense. Now they have asked you to find out the value of this Q and this value of theta, that is required. Q and theta is required. Given is P is given, R is given, its direction, both direction are given. So now how to solve these forces? Again same. Now here the resultant is given vertical, so therefore summation of all the forces in x direction is always 0. When it is mentioned that your resultant is vertical, summation of all forces in x direction is 0, and vice versa, if it is mentioned that resultant is horizontal, in that case summation of all the forces in y direction becomes 0. Here resultant is given in y direction, therefore summation of all forces in x direction is 0. Therefore summation of f of x is 0 as resultant is vertical, and summation of f of y becomes r. So these two concepts you have to be remember. Now summation of f of x. Again, what is summation of f of x? Summation of all the forces in x direction. Resolve these forces. So what is its component in x direction? X direction component is 800 cos of 60. It is plus because in first quadrant. Y component is 800 sine of 60. It is again positive. Similarly, we have to resolve this force. So what is its x component now? Q cos of theta, it is minus, and the vertical component is Q sine of theta, it is plus, because it is in second quadrant, x negative, y positive. So these two are its component. Q sine theta and Q cos theta are the component of force Q. 800 cos of 60, 800 sine of 60 is the component of the force P. Now summation of f of x is equal to 0, 1 given. So substitute the value of this summation of f of x, 800 cos of 60, and the another one is minus q cos of theta. Solve this equation. So you will get q cos of theta is equal to 400. Let's say this equation number 1. Another, summation of f of y is equal to r. Why? It is given because it is already given that resultant is vertical, therefore summation of f of y is equal to r. The value of r is already given, it is vertically upward, so it is positive. So value of r is given 1400 vertically upward, so it is positive. So what is summation of f of y? Summation of f of y is nothing but the summation of all forces in y direction. So what are the forces in y direction? So its component, 800's component in y direction, 800 sine of 60, and component of q in y direction is q sine of theta. Both are vertically upward, so both are positive. R is also vertically upward, so it is also positive. So 800 sine of 60 plus q sine of theta is equal to 1400. Okay, now we have to simplify this equation. So what you will get, q sine of theta is equal to 1400 minus 692.82. What is 692? From this, if you solve this, you will get the value of 692.82. So you will get another equation, q sine theta is equal to 707.18 Newton. Let's say this equation number 2. Now equation 2 divided by this equation number 1. If you divide 2 by 1, you will get this step. Q get cancelled. So tan theta is equal to 1.77. let's say we have to find out the theta, take tan inverse of this 1.177, you will get the value of theta 60.50 degrees. So we will get the direction of theta of force Q. तर आता आपल्याला डायरेक्शन मिळालेलं आहे फोर्स क्यूचं. तर आता आपल्याला काय काढायचं आहे, क्यूची मॅग्निट्यूड फाइंड करायची. सो हाऊ टू फाइंड आउट द मॅग्निट्यूड ऑफ क्यू? येस, जस्ट सबस्टिट्यूट द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ थीटा इन इक्वेशन नंबर 1. Put the value of theta in equation number 1. What is the first equation? Q cos of theta is equal to 400. Substitute the value of cos of theta 60.50. Take into the right hand side, you will get the value of Q, that is 812.46 Newton. So this is your magnitude of force Q, and this is the direction of force Q. So we have get both the answers of magnitude as well as direction of force Q. Okay, so thank you friends, we will stop here. Hope you have enjoyed these both problems. Try to solve one or two numericals by your own at home. Thank you.